Warmly welcome to the information service of Safira Radio. Today is Saturday, the 29th of July, the 210th day of the year. On this day, but in the year 1743, Jan Kolar was born, a Slovak Lutheran cleric, poet and journalist, archaeologist, and ideologist of the Slovak national revival. On July 29th, 1861, Alice Hathaway Lee was born, the first wife of the President of the United States, Theodore Roosevelt. She came from a wealthy family and received a secondary education. She met her future husband through her cousin, Dick Saltonstall. Roosevelt proposed almost immediately, but Alice didn't immediately accept the proposal. Their wedding took place 2 years later. Let's move to the current news. Mexican bishops want to introduce local traditions of indigenous people into the liturgy. This specifically concerns incense, liturgical dances, and elder prayer. The project document was almost unanimously voted on by the Conference of the Mexican Episcopate in April of this year. Now it has been sent for approval to the Vatican Dicastery for Divine Worship and the Discipline of the Sacraments. From the perspective of UNESCO, the use of artificial intelligence in school teaching is certainly possible, but it requires more clear rules. The use of digital technology in education has not yet been sufficiently studied. This is stated in the current report on education worldwide. The information and conclusions were prepared by the UN Cultural Organization on the 26th of July in the capital of Uruguay, Montevideo. 84-year-old Italian missionary, Father Domenico Pepe, who has been working in Nicaragua for 54 years, was forced to leave the country. The authorities cancelled his residence permit. His work involved building churches and missionary activities. Pepe decided to leave the country for the safety of the inhabitants of Rio Blanco. 10 years ago, Brian Grout became the pastor of the Baptist Church at Three Trails. The number of members decreased by half, but since then, about 55 baptisms have been performed, and attendance is increasing. The church focuses on missionary service in its community. They strive for flexible development and new initiatives. They encourage members to be missionaries in their environment. Grout emphasizes the importance of getting to know, love, and serve people. Can a small one does more? I appeal to all Koreans to be prophets of peace. This is what Francis writes in his message when the 70th anniversary of the armistice that ended the Korean War. The Pope's words were read by Cardinal Yu Hung-sik, prefect of the Vatican Dicastery for Clergy, during a peace service in the cathedral in Seoul. The Korean cardinal expressed hope that one day the Pope's wishes will come true and he will be able to make an apostolic visit to North Korea. Cuban Baptists want to go on missions, but they have difficulties with visas. Over 50 potential missionaries are preparing to leave, supported by the Cubans for Nations project. Cubans have unique experiences and skills to work in difficult places where Europeans would not be able to meet the challenges. Unfortunately, some are having trouble extending their visas and need prayer support to fulfill their calling to work for nations. Pope Francis baptized the children of Vatican workers. During the ceremony, one of the children began to cry. Then the Pope encouraged mothers to freely breastfeed during the ceremony. The event did not escape the attention of the Jesuits from Jastrzębie Góra. They created a special chapel called the Chapel of the Breastfeeding Mother. The interior of the chapel is equipped with comfortable armchairs, changing tables, a cot, and a cradle. Parents can calmly feed their children and simultaneously participate in worship. 100-year-old World War II veteran Jake Larson, known as Papa Jake, on TikTok, gained popularity through stories of war and his life. His account is followed by 616,000 fans, and his posts have over 7.5 million likes. Larson shares stories for education and to inspire the younger generation. He was a D-Day soldier and still shares his experiences through social media. That's all in today's Safira FM news service. Catholics, Orthodox and Protestants together. May God bless us all. Have a nice weekend.